Alberta's top court rules oath to monarch for prospective lawyers is unconstitutional. It's Court of King's Bench. King's Bench.
King. Being
King.
the operative word here. King. He's the monarch.
Again, what are we conserving if not our cultural traditions? I know some people have a problem with the monarchy. I just think are we conserving things or are we not conserving things around here? Like, it's not just enough to conserve money. Prabjot Singh Waring challenged the oath in 2022, saying it infringed on his religious freedom. We don't have religious freedom anymore. Remember, the government wants to arrest our pastors for telling us about gender roles. It was the top court unanimously found the Provincial Law Society's oath of allegiance to the monarch unjustifiably infringes on religious freedom and that it's unconstitutional. Now, the person in question is a devout Sikh. Now, the court never cared if you were a devout Christian who didn't want a vaccine or who did not want to forsake the gathering. Right. Which is what all the pastors told me was their justification for meeting together in COVID times is we must not, the Bible tells us we can't forsake the gathering. Nobody cared about that. An absolute oath and submitted himself to Akal Parak, the divine being in the Sikh faith, and is prohibited from making a similar allegiance to another entity or sovereign. All I'm saying is, and I respect religious freedom, but all I'm saying is, why didn't Christians during COVID get this same treatment by the court? Why aren't our pastors going to get the same treatment by the court after Bill C-9? That's what I'm saying.
Well, and I think that this brings up questions about cultural compatibility too, because if you belong to a religion that prohibits you from taking the oath that is required in Canada to be a practicing lawyer, then maybe go practice where your beliefs aren't going to be violated. Maybe that.
I'm trying. I don't know how I feel about this, but I do know that there has been unequal treatment of other religious groups who tried to use their religious faith as a justification for not doing certain things that absolutely didn't bother anybody else, but the courts and the police sure had a problem with it. Yeah. So I don't know. But at the same time, it's like there are things out there that I cannot and will not do, careers I would not enter into if it required something of me that violated my faith. I just wouldn't do it, right?
Exactly. So I wouldn't. There are things that I won't do because it requires a pronoun in a bio. Like, that's my absolute red line in the sand. This violates my beliefs. I'm not participating in it.
Yeah, if I go somewhere and they only serve Bud Light, I'm like, no, I guess I'm going to go else today.
We're just going to mosey on down to some other place. And so same goes for this guy. How come that same standard isn't being applied to this guy?
Like, I don't know. Maybe it's because I don't want to impose my viewpoint on other people.
I impose my viewpoint on the way out the door as I take my bags of money with me. Right. This is how I impose my viewpoint.
But at the same time, like, let's say that well, and again, this is the same sort of court system that would impose euthanasia on a Catholic hospital.
Sure. Absolutely. Abortion.
Exactly. So, like, if I were a obstetrician, would I take a job at a hospital that would require me to
perform procedures that are
be like, I guess I don't work at this hospital. I don't know. I'm having a tough time trying to navigate both conservatism and libertarianism here, but all I know is that Christians do not get the same treatment by the appeals court. Hey everyone, Sheila Gunn Reid here, and I'm thrilled to introduce the 2 books that I just wrote, and I use that word pretty loosely. Meet The Case for Confederation, Alberta's Compelling Reasons to Stick Around, and The Case for Confederation, Saskatchewan's Compelling Reasons to Stick Around. 2 beautifully bound volumes packed with every strong promise and well-researched argument for why Alberta and Saskatchewan should stay within the confines of Canada. And by packed, I mean the pages are blank. These two books are completely empty because when I went looking for Ottawa's case to keep the prairies, or rather for us to stay, that's exactly what I found. Nothing. Flip through either book and you'll reach the same conclusion I did. If the federal government has a convincing argument, it didn't make it into the pages of my book or into reality for that matter. These books will make the perfect gift for your favorite prairie firebrand, your CBC-soaked Liberal coworker, or anyone who still insists equalization is fair. Or how about for that guy who yells elbows up every time pipelines or canola or potash comes up. And look, even if Ottawa won't offer Alberta or Saskatchewan much, these blank books can, because they're lined. They double as notebooks, instantly making them more useful than any federal promise since 1905. Get your copies today at thecaseforconfederation.com. Order now to get yours in time for Christmas. Again, that's thecaseforconfederation.com.